everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful, blessed day. So that is the question. Did I get stoned or high when I juiced my cannabis, raw cannabis plant in my Green Star juicer? No, I did not. Can you get high while juicing cannabis? Yes, you can. And I want to share with you how to prevent getting high when using this plant. Now, all this stuff is through my research but first of all, I want to go back and let you know how I've used cannabis in my detox journey, or on my detox journey. So I've been using cannabis for the whole time I have been detoxing. So for about 4 years now. I've never tried the plant. I've never grown the plant. This is my first time, but I used to use the Rick Simpson oil when I first started out. And I had to get a card back then because it was in 2015. So I had a medical card. But this is what they come in. It's like a syringe like this, and it's a really thick cannabis oil. So when I first started using cannabis, it was in 2015 when I was first diagnosed, and the skin cancer was in the bone and the nerve. And I wanted to try the cannabis oil topically. And so I need to really express this really quick. When anytime you're detoxing the body and you come across something like cannabis for skin cancer or any kind of skin condition, you know, I always talk about, we don't go after the symptom, we're going after the cause, the why. So this was just a part of my protocol. While I was detoxing, I wanted to keep this area under control. I knew that if I put the cannabis on it and it worked, I still have to go after the system of why I got the cancer in the first place. Now, when I've done research, I've actually seen a couple videos where they've used cannabis on skin cancers. Mine was basal cell carcinoma. And they use it and it goes away, but it keeps coming back. So they just keep applying the cannabis. But do you see what I mean? They're just going after the symptom. So I really want to convey that also in this message, that, you know, it's not just about using the plant, and it's, you know, it's the whole thing, and it's with diet and lifestyle change. So, but yes, I did use cannabis, and when I used this, I did take it sometimes, and sometimes it would make me very giddy and laughy, and it was okay, it was fun. But there was a lot of the times when it scared me. I don't like being high. I would get really nervous and scared, and I'd go hide out in my room until it would go away or pass. So for me, I could never find balance with this, the oil. And it's also like the Rick Simpson oil. It's really high in that THC. And this is literally cannabis in its concentrate. This stuff is very serious. This one, I think the THC is about 80%, and it goes up to 90. Now, I know the Rick Simpson oil, I think it's like 60 to 68% of THC. So I could never find, you know, just that balance when I would consume it, because like I said, I don't like being high, and I like to be awake and aware and alert, and so I really didn't use it very much, but I did use a lot of it on my skin cancer. So with the cannabis, now let's get back to the juicing. So my plants are getting really big now, and I thought, okay, it's time to start juicing my plants, and I actually just transferred them into bigger tubs because that planter box was just not working anymore for me. But like I said before, I don't like being high. I don't like that feeling, and I actually want to thank one of my subscribers, because when I showed my video of sharing my yard and stuff and I was sharing the cannabis. One of my subscribers, his name is, his YouTube name is So Dark. He actually doesn't have a channel, but he is one of my supporters. But he saw that I grow cannabis and I was thinking about juicing it. And he left me a comment saying, you know, I've heard that you can get high, so be careful. And that's when I really started doing my research, because that was alarming, because there was a lot of information online saying you can't get high when you're juicing the cannabis. And that's not true. That's why we all need to do our research. And for me, since I don't like that feeling, that would have been really bad. That would have been really scary, because through my research, I mean, people that were getting high off the juice, it lasted like 10 hours. That is crazy. So we just always want to do our research and be careful anytime we're consuming anything, even medicine, because God's medicine can also be very powerful. Never underestimate the power of medicine, the plants. So back to my juicing. So what I learned through my research is when we are juicing cannabis in its raw form, you do not mix it with any kind of acid, fatty acids like coconut milk, coconut oil, any kind of coconut, and also citrus, all citruses, even like your apples. So you never want to mix citrus or fatty acids with the cannabis while juicing it, because a lot of people wanted to mix it and make a really fruity juice with the cannabis in there, and people were getting high. And so you definitely just want to juice it like I juiced it with a couple carrots and a little bit of cucumber, and I just made it more of like a shot. It was really good. Now I did add dandelion to the juice, so it was dandelion, carrot, and a little bit of cucumber, and it wasn't good. The dandelion was just, it was yucky. I didn't like it, but yeah, I'll drink it still because I know the benefits of dandelion. So if you if you decide to juice it, I would just stick with the carrots and the cucumber, unless you're hardcore and you want to throw in the dandelion in there or kale. It makes it very bitter. And so just remember that if you decide to juice. And another thing that will also activate that THC in the cannabis is heat. So we have to be really careful when we're using the cannabis. Like people like to add it to coffee, or if you mix it with brownies and you like cook it, it will change the chemistry of it, and that THC will be released. It will no longer be THCA. And so you want to be careful with that. I've even heard, even if you're juicing it and your grinders get hot, that could also release the THC. So we just have to be really careful. And for me, I'm just overly cautious because I don't want to get stoned. I don't want to get high, especially for 10 hours. I'd be hiding underneath my coffee table, literally. That stuff freaks me out. So yeah, I'm just so excited to just play around with this cannabis. And I was thinking of juicing it and making like a facial, like a mask for my face. Oh my gosh, there's so many things we can do. And because remember, our skin is like a sponge. So, you know, to get that medicine absorbed, especially where my scar is, maybe it'll help with the tissue there. You know, I don't know. This is how we learn, right? We try things, but we also want to be careful. But always do your research, like I always say. And but the benefits of this plant are just so freaking cool. It's just, there's so many great properties, compounds in this plant. It truly is amazing. It helps with inflammation, helps with our bones, and there's also been said that it causes cancer cells to commit suicide. So, you know, we just have to just experience it and just play around with it and see what works. And I'm truly not really afraid of when it comes to plants. I don't fear cannabis. What I fear is pharmaceutical drugs. Those are the ones that we should be careful of, with all the crazy side effects. And you know, with cannabis or any kind of herb and plants, they're just so loving. And yeah, some of them are really aggressive, and we want to be careful with plants too. But when we are going to these healing plants, we really don't need to be afraid of them. As you know, just like I said, those pharmaceuticals, those things scare me. But I'm not saying all pharmaceuticals are bad. I know we need some of them. At least 90% of those are unnecessary, especially with, you know, like I said, those crazy side effects. You should run for the hills. But anyways, oh, and I also want to leave a link down below. There was a channel that I found, and this guy kind of put a bunch of videos together into one, and it had a lot of really great information about the cannabis plant versus smoking it, and just all kinds of great information on this guy's channel. So I will leave the link down below, and I really encourage you guys all to watch this video. And let's see, am I forgetting anything? Just remember, when you're juicing cannabis, no heat, no acids, coconut meat, fatty acids, citrus acids, do not mix. It will make you high. Keep it very simple, and you actually will get 10 times more of the compound in the plant than you do if you heat the plant and make cannabis or smoking it. So I just want to let you know that also. So I think that's about it on the cannabis. And another thing, I have a couple ideas for some videos coming up. I just got some herbs, so I want to share the herbs with you, and that new herb that just came out, the 3-lung tea. So I started taking that, and I just want to let you kind of give you an update of where I'm at and how my fast is going. And and I want to read a comment that one of my subscribers left. It was just a comment that just went right to my heart, and I could really relate to his comment, and so I want to share that with you. And I did get a request for my morning routine and some of the stretches and exercises I do, so I want to put that together. And there's just so much. I always just, you know, write notes and get ideas for some videos, but there is another video that I'm currently working on. It's going to be it's a video that I have been wanting to put together since I started my channel, and it's just, I don't want to talk about it right now, but it's just very difficult for me to share this with you all, but it's a very important message. And I will be having a very special guest joining me when I do make this video. So that is coming soon. And like I said, you know, I get busy, and but I am trying to get as much as videos out as I can, because it is important, and we all need to just all come together when we're on this healing journey, and keep an open mind, leave the thought behind, all the conditioning, all the advertisements, and just almost brainwashing. And we just have to be really careful of the information that we are listening to, and just be very aware, step out of the mind, step back and just watch, and what do you see instead of what you've been told or taught. And we just have to be really careful, and remember, this is our temple, this is our responsibility, and that's how I feel with my body. This is mine, and I take care of it. I call the shots, like I said, not my doctor, not my husband, no one, I do. And that's the only way I would want it. And so I just want to just encourage all of you to just take action. You know, you don't have to go to the extremes like me, but you know, maybe just cut out dairy and meat just for a couple weeks and then bring it back in. You'll start to see a difference. And and go try to get more organic, or just eat more fruits and vegetables. For someone to say that don't stay away from fruit and vegetables, I mean, when you step out of the mind and you step back, doesn't that just sound kind of crazy? Like, don't eat fruits and vegetables. It's just, for me, it doesn't anyway. And for me, it was the experience and the proof when, when all my things started going away, and I feel so good and alive, and I just, God, it's just amazing. It amazes me every day, and it does. This journey just keeps getting better and better, and I just get more awake, and my body just feels so good, and I have no pain, no stiffness, nothing. That is the truth in the food that I am consuming. I can't deny it. You know, if it didn't work, I wouldn't be here telling you to eat like this or try it. But anyways, okay, like I said, I can go on, and so I hope this video was helpful. And you know, again, check out the link, because I'm telling you, cannabis plant is an amazing medicine, and we all should be growing it, and we all should be drinking it and juicing it, and and consuming it in a safe, responsible way. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention, which is pretty big. There was a question, and I wanted to share this question with you because it was, I thought it was really important. But someone asked, so if I have if I'm working and they drug test me and I'm juicing it, but it doesn't have the THC in it, it's just the THCA, will it come out back positive if I'm drug tested? And the answer was no, as long as it's not THC. So that is really, I think, is a big deal. Like, we can consume it and not worry about that, but you have to be very careful that compound or that property isn't released in the plant. So just keep that in mind. For me, now, if I had a job that did random drug testing, I don't know if I would take the chance. I'd probably talk to my boss and let them know what I'm doing, and then go from there. I don't know. But you know, it's your call on that one. But anyways, okay, so that's my video on my cannabis, and so I'm gonna go ahead and end there. And I just hope this was helpful for you. And also, if you want to watch, I made a little video of me juicing my cannabis, and so you can watch that if you like. And anyways, God bless, love you all, take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. You don't want to juice the stem because it'll clog and ruin your Green Star juicer or any juicer. So that is why I am cutting the leaves off, and then I'll discard the stem. And now I'm going to wash this really good and make sure I get all the resin, if there's any, on the leaves itself, because I do not want to get high